Ryan first got involved with Maple Street when we walked into the store not long after it had opened, and I was talking to the community manager there, Chelsea Harrelson, and asked if she would mind interviewing my 15-year-old son, that he'd never had a job interview before, and that even if she didn't hire him, if she could just interview him, I know that would really be great for him. And of course, she said yes, and that was the start of everything. That was his very first job, and worked there for several years. He was the coffee guy. He was just always goofy and having a good time, and took great pride in his coffee. He always said that the people at Maple Street were his family. Ryan was very social, so he loved the connections and the friends that he made there, and he recruited friends to work there also. Ryan was in a car accident. It was a rainy afternoon, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday, and he was driving from his dad's house to, ironically, dropping his car off to get some service done. We don't know exactly what happened, but he lost control and went in the other lane, and he was hit on the side and then hit a barrier, and then that put him back into traffic where he was hit again. I got the call while I was at work at about 4 p.m. that he had been in an accident. Ryan was a giver in his life. He was just full of love, full of energy, full of enthusiasm for life. To be able to, in his death, help create life, a quality of life for others, just was a no-brainer for our family. We open the elevator and there's staff next to Ryan's bed who are keeping him breathing by hand. And so you just look around and see all these people who are completely silent, very reverent, and just his dad and I walked behind his bed until they made it to the end of the hall, which the hall seemed very long, but also very short. And then when we got to the end of the hallway and made the turn, then I was able to go into the operating room. So I put on gloves and mask and all of that so that I could then be with him until he took his last breath. And once he took his last breath, they ushered me out pretty quickly so that medical staff could then do what they need to do. Ryan's organ donation helped two people in particular. There are other people who will have received tissue and eye donations from him. We won't know the names of those people, but we do know that there are two people who are alive today because of his donation. One of them we've actually been able to communicate with directly. Both organ recipients received 2 organs. So one received a kidney and a pancreas, and the other received the other kidney and his liver. Both recipients are still living, and the one that I've been able to talk to, his quality of life is completely changed thanks to Ryan's donation. Is just living a whole new life with his family, which is a beautiful thing. I'm super grateful to Maple Street. From the moment they learned of Ryan's accident 5 years ago on the 19th of June, they wanted to know how they could help and what they could do, and they coordinated us being able to have Ryan's celebration of life at the store in Murray Hill, which we also packed in a couple hundred people. Ryan's room always looked like a tornado hit it, and I guess like most teenagers, his socks never matched, and then it kind of became a thing that he just intentionally then would wear mismatched socks and buy socks wherever he traveled and went to, or whether he bought them for himself or other people. And the Silly Sock Day was born out of the Murray Hill store of Maple Street. They wanted to do something to honor and remember Ryan, so they created Ryan's Silly Sock Day. And people would wear their socks and come into the restaurant and be able to sample a little of the potatoes, and proceeds would benefit Life Quest, the organ procurement company that helped Ryan donate his organs. What you all are doing with Maple Street, you all have, throughout this process, have taken this mom's broken heart and just from the beginning, you all walked beside me in the worst time of my life and have made it something beautiful and have helped me heal and help his legacy live on. Things like the organ recipient, all of that is redemptive, if that makes sense. It warms our hearts, and to know that his impact lives on in this way, and you all doing and recognizing him each year has been super helpful to my spirit and to my family. So we're just very grateful.